2021.
Police records say the victim's boyfriend was the only other person in the room with her, and the medical examiner ruled the case a homicide.
But I-Team investigative reporter Adam Walser has now learned detectives never actually held an official interview with the boyfriend, and prosecutors declined to file charges.
And we do want to warn you, some of the details in this story may be very difficult to hear.
She got her first job she was excited about at Hobby Lobby. Just got her license 4 days prior. Happy, very happy.
Ariana Ptarcinski said life was going well for his 18-year-old daughter Ariana on Christmas Eve 2021. Ariana was celebrating the holiday with her family and her first boyfriend, Ramon Calderon Durst.
You seem like a nice kid.
But around midnight,
all of a sudden I hear Eddie screaming, and he's got my daughter by the hair and by the neck, and she just has like blood coming out of her mouth and couldn't speak. There's blood everywhere.
Eddie says Ariana collapsed, and he called 911. Eddie says Ramon is the other voice on the call.
We were inside and heard the screaming.
Thomas Lobianco ran from his home down the street. His account is corroborated in the police report.
This kid came out of the house covered in blood, and Eddie's yelling at him, saying, "You effing killed her, you effing killed her."
Thomas says Ramon charged at Eddie.
The kid says, "Well, what the F does it matter? I'm going to jail anyway."
Eddie says when deputies arrived, they treated him like a criminal.
They came in like, with the rifle, and they get on the ground. I'm not going to tell you again. And then he got the rifle in my head.
Eddie was taken to the sheriff's office in handcuffs, processed for evidence, and interviewed by detectives. According to the detective's report, quote, "I clarified with Edward that he was only assuming Ramon stabbed Ariana, and he agreed, affirming he was just assuming it. Edward then remembered that Ramon had stated, 'I had the knife.' His wife Judy was held in a patrol car for hours. Police reports described her as very intoxicated.
You said you had a question. What do you need? What's going on? I told you she's at the hospital. She had a blood transfusion and she was sick. I need to be with her. Please, why am I in here?
The report says Ramon was never read his Miranda rights and that he was not questioned about what happened because he did not want to incriminate himself.
Suspects are arrested every day. They have refused to give a statement. You don't need a statement to lay out the facts.
The IT asked Florida Gulf Coast University criminology professor Dr. David Thomas, a nationally recognized policing expert, to review a 373-page report that Ptarcinski's received from the state's attorney's office.
So now maybe it's time to start digging and you start looking at that relationship to get a much clearer picture of what that relationship was all about.
The report says text messages from Ariana and Ramon's phone showed an up-and-down relationship with arguing and fighting, including on the night she died.
What do you know what I mean? You see what the situation is. I don't know what the situation is. I'm not trying with you. Okay. What do you think the situation is? I don't know. I don't want to assume. Do you see what I'm covering?
Ramon's own words were captured on an hour-long video recorded as he sat in the back of a patrol car. But hours after the stabbing, Ramon gets good news.
All right, listen, we're going to get you out of here